Stop drinking all day and release the episode a bit earlier. You have no idea what it's like to publish a video every day, buddy. Do you even sleep, dude? No, do you? Jaime, I just had a dream where you taught me how to do calisthenics, and did you dream that too? No. That's right, it's that time of the week. I am Jaime Rivera, this is Pocket Now, and this is the Pocketnow Daily Recap for last week. On Monday, the news were of Apple's winning streak. The company had just announced its numbers for how many iPhones it sold over the weekend, and I asked you if you ever thought that Apple would ever stop this winning streak when it comes to iPhones. We have 829 comments we start with. Of course it will plateau. They will run out of people to sell to. And I do believe so. I do believe that at some point it has to stop because, hey, we've got companies like Nokia, Motorola, which were smashing hits years ago, no longer exist. I believe it will continue. The iPhone 7 will definitely prove that it will definitely shatter many more records. And here's the thing, I think that Apple's got a really interesting formula where on the first phone they have a new design with the old specs, then on the other one they have the same design but better specifications. And that's really worked well for them. I wonder if it'll work for them in the long run, as Samsung phones have been catching up very quickly. I'm really surprised with these sales numbers. I've seen an enormous decrease in iPhones where I live, and I did too. Right now that I was in Vegas, I saw so many people with Galaxy phones and very few people with iPhones. And that is a statement. That is the first time ever in the United States that I've seen that. And it could be that Samsung's onto something. We should learn more with the quarter results. On Tuesday, I tried to condense the Google Nexus event as much as I could in about 4 minutes, and I asked you which was the highlight of the event for you. What did you like the most? We had 629 comments we start with. I have a Nexus 4, not getting Android 6.0 hurts so much. You know what hurts even more? That my old Xperia ZL is getting Marshmallow, I believe, or at least the latest version of Lollipop, which is much older than the Nexus 4 and not the Nexus 4. That is terrible. A Nexus device with a build quality that actually looks premium. Nexus 6P completely stole my attention. You know, I wasn't expecting something so hot to come out of Huawei, but they've made a believer out of me. And I hate that word believer, and you guys know why. The Pixel C is really interesting. You can always trust in Google to surprise us with something new. Not necessarily, but yes, that Pixel C is the best way to make great design, make an Android tablet look good. Let's just see if it sells, because Google is not really good at that. And what is an iPhone launch without complaints? Wednesday was about those complaints, and I asked you if you were experiencing any of these. We have 1,009 comments we start with. Yeah, I have a problem. I can't afford it. And that is the reality of a lot of people, dude. True, it is a problem. Battery life on the 6S sucks. Going back to Android, and I can't believe that, dude. I mean, if you told me I'm going back to Windows Phone, then yes, battery life is epic. But come on, man. Which Android phone has great battery life? I know very few. Got a problem with your iPhone? In the unlikely situation that you do and the simple restart can't fix it, you have a major benefit that Android users don't have, which is the Apple Store. And true, this is a major benefit from Apple. You have a problem, just walk into the store and they'll probably either give you a new one or fix the problem for you, which is great. The problem is that Apple stores aren't available all around the world. On Thursday, we had LG's event. They announced their V10 and the new watch Urbane 2nd edition with its LTE capabilities. I asked you what product that you like most or both and what you think about them, and we have 418 comments we start with. LG V10 looks badass, and I guess you do like it. I like the V10 though. LG could have done better than an 808 for a phone they called super premium, and you know, I don't see anything wrong with the Snapdragon 808. I do obviously know that the Snapdragon 810 is the best processor, according to them. Sadly, hey, I do understand why they stayed away. You remember the G Flex 2 came with the Snapdragon 810, and because of the bad publicity and heating, I do understand why they moved away. The V10 second screen is a cool idea, but it's in a bad position. It's hard to reach. If it was on the side or the bottom, it would be better. And you know, I do agree, Michael Fisher does agree as well. It is a good concept, but I think that they could have done a better job with, I don't know, a curve or something, or at the bottom, at the bezel. I think they could have done a better job, but true, at least you have the option, other phones don't. And finally, Friday, we were surprised with the fact that it seems that the iPhone 6s is water resistant or waterproof, even though Apple didn't announce it. And I asked you if it's important for you to buy a phone that is. We have 590 comments we start with. So we can call this iPhone waterproofing Watergate. God, I was waiting for this one. I wish I had a waterproof phone. I could watch you in the shower. That didn't sound right. Not really. Usually phones that are waterproof and shock absorbent are ugly and thick, just like me, and sorry to hear that about you, buddy, but it is true. Most of these phones are really ugly, but then again, you have Sony phones and Samsung phones doing a far better job, or at least just Sony now, and I feel that that is the way to go. Phones need to be used. You're out on the street, you get wet when it rains or whatever, or people just drop them out of the blue. It happens, it's normal, and I feel that it's a requirement that I've wanted to see in phones happen years ago and only Sony's been able to nail. It's just sad that Sony hasn't been able to grow more in order to make that competing need for other companies, but I do wish Sony the best, and I do hope that they figure it out because, again, in the end, it's all benefits for the user. That's it for the Pocketnow Daily Recap. Thank you very much for watching. A couple of tips if you want your comments to be featured. Number 1, keep them short. Number 2, stick to the point. Number 3, try to get some thumbs up. It helps us spot them a lot easier. You can also follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera, or on Instagram at Jaime Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you next week.